Story of two valiant souls I bring. Of the lords named Amalur and Creth I sing. Two hearts united against common foes. The thoughts in mind of one the other knows. Lord Creth of Fey Knight's most stoic and grave. Lord Amalur's the maid of Windermere misled its soul.
You there? Did the Wolfspawn send you? It's about damn time. I've been rotting in this forest for near a week and Jory's dead. The trolls are much worse than we thought. We thought rock trolls were bad enough, but these are mountain trolls, twice as strong and very ill-tempered. Oh, excellent. Look, we meant to take care of the situation, but things got out of my control. One of the mountain trolls killed Jory. Anyhow, I'm glad someone arrived at last. The mountain trolls must be stopped. The one that got Jory is still at the camp we made out here. If you can take care of this, I'll be able to retrieve Jory's belongings from the camp. I promise you what's left of his sword as reward. All of them. I think there are 5 wandering the surface, including one at our makeshift camp. The contract was to clear the forest. Do that and I'll be able to return home with honour. We came through training together. No one could outdrink Jory. One time, I remember he actually managed to... You know what? It doesn't matter. Bastard's dead. Hell of a time we had, though. He was one of the good uns. Foul brutes. Unbelievably strong. Twice as strong as everyday rock trolls. And now they've come to Haxie. When you come across him, you try to get him close. The belly is where they're tender. Slip a blade or two in there and they won't be on their feet for long. Sworn to war we are. Swords for hire. Not a bad way to make a living if you know which end of a blade to hold. Later then. Oh.
Welcome. Do come in. You must forgive my lack of hospitality. The Maid of Windermere and her minions have left me in a bit of a situation. Creth and Airmore could offer no remedy, but perhaps your mortal ingenuity will prevail where others have failed. The maid paid me a visit this past evening. She and her accomplice, Nyx the Troll, stole my most prized cairns. All that work, and for what? With what I know, I should have expected an attack. Even this imprisonment spell, it is the same she used in the Ballad of Two Knights and a Troll. I can't recall the counterspell, of course, as that cairn was stolen. You must get them back, mortal. All of them, especially the one you came for. Her nearest lair is Sunder Caverns, where her minion Nyx makes his home. It is a craggy pit in Haxie, east. It is a tale of what happens when one wishes to become something he has not. In this case, the subject of the song was Nyx the Troll, a loathsome, pitiful brute. As a jest, the Maid of Windermere enchanted Nyx into believing he was an ordinary man. He attempted to settle in a quaint mortal village to predictable disaster. When the knights Creth and Airmore arrived, they treated him like the man he longed to be. They challenged Nyx to a gentlemanly duel and slew him in fair combat. The Great Collection was commissioned by Lord Issa himself, but it was Hallam the White who championed its creation and who crafted the Fae cairns. As long as the library and its many cairns remain, the songs of summer will have a place in this world, being sung again and again for an eternity. Surely you know the songs of Sir Creth and Sir Airmore, faithful friends and knight hands who recovered the Sword of Ryderk. Ah, but it's likely you know them from Two Knights and a Troll. That is certainly their most popular ballad. They were here only moments ago, and I sent them after the villain who did this. My hopes for rescue go with them. It is a form of magic new to our kind, a creation of our own Hallam the White. It is what he and I have been doing here in the library these past few seasons. Lorestones have become a common magic among the young races. They are readily made, changed, and defiled. We Fae need a new currency of telling, a new way. The Echo Stone and the Fae Cairns are the latest in a series of experiments, as Hallam and I seek a way to protect and perpetuate our greatest songs. They were designed by Father Atair, a mortal, and I worked with Hallam the White to fashion the enchanted cairn shell itself. Quite a discovery they are. It took more than a season to conceive of, and then create the first working cairn, but it has been worth all my efforts. Our songs of summer are safe, for now. She is the witch Magwir, sworn enemy of our great house and enchantress supreme. She will do anything within her power to win the love of our brave King Wenson. As it is now, and as it has always been, she preys upon the wild and stupid to reach her goals. But something is different this time. She is growing ambitious. As in his ballad, Nyx ran when he saw Kret and Ermer arrive. He is clearly under the maid's curse and may be doing her bidding. He ransacked the cottage and made off into the night, his gigantic arm piled high with fey cairns. My fey cairns. I am Tenwa, formerly a knight of the House of Ballads. Many seasons ago, I was asked to give up my post and come here to work on the fey cairns. Hallam has trusted me with protecting the catalogue of legendary summer feats. I guarantee that every song is sung as it should be. See you soon.
May the stone sing your song to the ages. May the breath of time remember you. Listen, listen as the echo stone etches each ballad in memory. Hail, we sing of Meropis, last of the water-born isles now gone. Hail, we sing Meropis, majesty our mantle and courage our sign. Hail, we sing Meropis, death to Ferrara, who wore but lies upon him. Death to the betrayer, whose lust beheld our glory. Death to he who took our beloved treasures and hid them from our eyes. May the treasures of Meropis outlast them. When mountains fall and seas rise up, when all the courts have fallen.
What is it?
Time for...
Yes? What is it?
Yeah, what can I... Get you. Don't be a stranger.
Faye? Here?
Hello.
Let me help. Wounds are not always visible to the untrained eye. Be careful out there.
You made it. You're back. I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As usual, I was wrong. The Fae has recovered, thanks to your potion. In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks as she recovers. Goreheart will be a new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well, as they have served me. I believe they call it Shield Ring, a recruitment stop for those who wish to march westward to war. Follow the road. You'll see its towers over the trees in Yolven. Bye now.
Greetings, stranger. I understand that you are to thank for my longevity. I'm in your debt. Our people have too long stood apart. Perhaps together we can change that. My interest in humans brought me to the boundaries of your village, and that led to my unfortunate injuries. I plan to stay here, to learn. Goreheart is not simply a village. It is a seed. Within its hardened shell exists all of what makes humanity wonderful, and all that makes it terrible. They are the greatest of us, lords and ladies of the telling. But I was never bound for glory in their ranks. I know that now. Like all Fae, I will take what I've learned from their experience and light the darkest wood. My story is their story. for the telling belongs to all of us. I serve the House of Ballads as a squire, but I've not been home for almost a full season. They will be expecting me.
Hello.
Stay close to the village.
Stay indoors after sundown.
I'm sorry. Did you say something? I'm a bit lost in thought. Today could be the day, you know. Camden could be the next one to round that corner. He is my husband. Although we were together for only one night before he marched. His militia fights under the banner of General Finn. We had one night together. And then he departed for 3 long years. He will return. My heart tells me so. I can't give you much in return, but what I have is yours. The Alpha Army is notoriously secretive with their information, and all my pleas for help have been ignored. You might find something in Dyden Hill. That is where Camden volunteered. Of course, that was years ago. Thank you for your kindness. I will be waiting here for news. On that very road, the one leading east to the Rathia coast, he was heading off to enlist at the station in Dyden Hill. That was years ago. How would I look to him now? Farewell.
I'll kill you all if I have to. Damn boggarts. Give me a moment. Suddenly, very dizzy. Aside from the boggarts and blood plague. Look, you should turn around and go. Go somewhere safe. This is no place for visitors right now. Kester Barclay would know far better than me. He's in the town square. Go and ask him yourself. Kester's right in the town square. Talk to him. They're out in droves. I don't know why, but Kester might. He returned from a scouting mission not long ago. Dyden Hill's warden. That means he sees to things, keeps us safe and the like. It's the blood plague. The boggarts carry it. Nearly all of the village has been infected. Most don't die from it, but it can weaken a man fiercely. Without a cure, the village won't last much longer. Dyden Hill is a haven for those traveling from Gorehart to Galliford, but now, nowhere is safe. Take care.
looking for a blacksmith. Forgive me. Blood plague, you know. A good smith is never out of work. Not in a troubled village this far into the She. I've got it, but not near as bad as some. Grey Gunner's laid up. So's that dear girl, Kareen. Cora brought us together. Now she and Olin can worry about strangers, and I can keep to my forge.
Can I help you?
Riseburg Arms and Armours, blacksmithing on premises. Good then.
Welcome to our famed craft hall. If you've come to buy, you may speak with Olin or myself. It was my dream to gather all our artisans under one roof, and so I built the craft hall. I run it still. We're known all throughout Dalentarth. The best artisans all under one roof. A village like Didenhill needs a man like Kester to watch over it. I know I feel safer now that he's our warden. He handles the sales of weapon and arms. I let him after I gave myself a bad cut once. Come back anytime.
If you ask me, that witch across the lakes had a hand in this plague.
The brother Fallon should have come. Astrid needs...
The malicious store of potions has been used up. We lost our alchemist nearly a month ago. Now it's up to me to resupply reagents and brew the potions. Somehow. Our biggest problem is boggarts. And the best thing against them would be fire. So it's fire potions. Tinder twig and scarwood bark. They're out in Glendara Wood, but the wood's been far too dangerous for the likes of me. You do seem the brave and heroic sort. Well, the village has a fund. Tinder twigs often in that cave-like pass south of the lake. And scarwood bark's found by the ruins in northern Glendara Wood. Tinder twig, which is easiest found in Ironhold Passage. And scarwood bark, which is found near the ruins in northern Glendara Wood. Now this is good news indeed. Here, have this for your efforts. What? You mean Oleander's gone and got himself killed? Ah, poor sod. More genius than sense, I always said. She's the head and the heart of the craft hall. Truth is, I don't know where we'd be without her. Where we crafters work and mostly live. Olin and Cora handle selling the goods. Didenhill's warden and war hero. I doubt any could have dealt better with the troubles we've had. Best thing against boggarts is flame. Old Oleander had a fine potion for that. I can manage a crude semblance thereof, when I've the proper reagents.
Can I help you?
This here's Dyden Hill Village.
By me Tharu, what is it you... Oh, hello. Did Thaddeus send you? Kester Barclay. My apologies. I don't mean to be rude. This crisis has me a bit on edge. Yes, that's it. Did Thaddeus tell you? The boggarts carry it in their venom, and they're spreading it everywhere. Normally the things keep to themselves. Looks like some Jotun got into their lair, though. Forced the boggarts out. You're either brave or a fool. But if you could kill the Jotun, perhaps the boggarts would leave us alone. All right, travel north to the boggarts' lair in Coilsbane and clear out their cave. Driving the Jotun from Coilsbane would be the best thing you could do for us. Of course, Astrid Frisk could probably use some help as well. They won't likely kill you. Leave you weak as a kitten there. Around here, that's as good as dead. A single boggart we can handle, but 10, 20? It's only a matter of time before the whole town is infected. I can't allow them to run around unchecked, putting all the folks here at risk. Coilsbane is a boggart cave just north of town. Well, it used to be anyway. A while back, some Jotun started digging in the caves. They drove the boggarts out, and right into our town. Don't know what the Jotun were looking for, or if they've found it, and I don't care. I just want them gone. We're simple people here. Merchants, tradesmen. We're not equipped to deal with a threat like this. Lumbering brutes. Almost twice as tall as a man and just as wide. Why they came to Glendara is anyone's guess. They just showed up one day. We weren't going to stop them. I grew up here. Seems like only yesterday I went to fight in the war. When I got back, I was the toast of the town. Thought I was through with all that fighting. That boy needs to rest. He's got the cough. Won't listen to me or his own brother. Until later, then.
These damn boggarts. Ah, the castle. This tells me that your tavern will be a part of Loch Dyden for decades to come.
Last month you told me that the plague would take us all.
I know, but that's not what fate says anymore.
Damn it, Agarth. You're cut off.
Yeah, and I bet I know whose fault that is.
Oh.
It's your fault that I can't pay my tab, you know. I wasn't ever supposed to come back here in the first place. I've spent the last 20 years knowing what fate had in store for me. And then you... Damn it. I thought I had my life figured out. Not for a fate weaver, it isn't. But that's just the problem. When I was young, I thought I could overcome anything. Now, I know otherwise. I fought beasts the size of trees, was celebrated by mortals and fae alike. When I was initiated into the Fate Weavers, I thought it was a reward for my good deeds. The first time I saw my own fate, I realized it was nothing but a curse. My own death, of course. But not a hero's death as I had always dreamed. I was going to die alone and unknown, killed by an Etin and used for stew. It was a terrible end, but I knew it was part of fate's greater plan. Then you came and changed that future. You stole my part in the tapestry. I was at peace with knowing the worst. But what do I do now that there's nothing to know? You're right. My glory days don't have to be over. And as long as I'm around you, I don't know how my story will end. That means I've got to make sure you stay around in one piece. Maybe this old trinket from my youth will help. After all, I don't just owe you my life. I owe you my future. Why, I once tracked the Yeth of Avgrun on a moonless night by smell alone. Fey or not, I could have tracked those Tuatha sober. They've set up in a cavern north of town, complete with some way of scrying your location. That's how they found you so easily. I have a plan, but it'll take the both of us to work. They took a big risk getting across Erethel undetected. All to attack one single objective. You. They're using something big to track you. They call it the Eyes of Tirnoch. Smash it, and they won't be following you anymore. The main entrance is heavily guarded, and will require a strong attack. The other route is trapped. It'll need a subtler approach. Straightforward and direct. A warrior after my own heart. I'll cover the back and make sure they can't escape to report back to whoever sent them here. Let's track down some trouble.
You're a brave soul coming to Didenhill. This little village is faring pretty badly, and I would know. I was in the war. It's in your best interest to fill your pack and depart as soon as you're able. The blood plague works fast, very fast. You met Gisela? How? I sent that death notice. She should know that I'm dead. She cannot know that I survived. Call me a coward. Call me whatever you wish. I am not the same man she wed so long ago. I am broken. I cannot subject her to the nightmares, the wounds, the restlessness. I will spare her that torment. I don't know. I've endured much, but perhaps she has endured even more. Her silent vigil has no doubt been as trying as my time on the battlefield. You're right. This reunion is one we both deserve. We have earned our happiness. How could I have ever considered anything else? Thank you, truly. Thank you. It's pretty nasty, and I've seen my fair share of infections and ailments. We had plenty of them in the trenches and on the walls of Melson Shear. You don't want to know about me. Besides, that name hardly means anything to me now. I came back different, a shadow of the boy from Gorehart. I'd rather not talk about it if that's okay with you. I think about the war enough as it is, and I doubt these wolves will ever let me forget it. I paid a scholar to fashion a false death notice, the kind the army uses to inform the next of kin that a soldier has fallen in the line of duty. A courier left with it several days ago. All my hope for Gisela's future went with it. It was once an old Alfar outpost, nothing extraordinary. Then it became the last line of defense, where we held back the Tuatha through long nights of fire. Melson Shear is where I lost this hand, and where I knew I'd never come home the same man that I left.
Hope they fed well up north in the mission.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but there's no plague shield left. I'm sorry, but I'm simply out of plague shield. There's nothing I can do for you or anyone else till I have it. Blasted blood plague. It treats the blood plague, which almost all of Didenhill's sick with just now. Brother Fallon should have come with more. Can't think where he is. Good, because the whole village needs that plague shield. Never mind what happened to that old oaf. I need the medicine. 3 parcels at least. Go up the road through Glendora Wood that leads to the mission. Bring the plague shield yourself if you must. Well, Brother Fallon should have it, but then he should have been here by now. Go up into Glendora Wood toward the mission, see what you can find. Normally, I'd say it's not as bad as it sounds. Doesn't kill most of the time, just weakens. Only half the village has it now, and a bedridden village starves sooner or later. Lumpkins, oafs, and busybodies, except for the poor bedraggled sick ones here in my care. I suppose they all mean well, only the airs coming out of these woods have addled their brains. Only thing for treating the blood plague. Few indeed have the skill to make it. I certainly can't, for all my years as a healer. Well, on your way with you.
Step carefully in the forest.
Another victory! Another victory!
This is the front entrance. I'll slip in the back and make sure none of them escape. I don't have an answer for that. I can't imagine what about you made Gadflow send his troops across the continent. His army is locked in a siege in Cluricon, but small groups sometimes make their way to Erithal. I don't think they've ever been this far inland. Just go inside and find those scrying mirrors. Don't worry, I'll be coming along to help. Thanks for giving an old man another chance. It's good to know I've got a future again. And even better not to know what it is. Whoever that Aelin Shear is, I don't think she's our enemy. If she wanted us dead, she could have killed us while we were weakened. But she's still trouble. Reminds me of a dark elf who left me half naked and tied to a bar guest once. Now those were the days. The immortals inscribed their knowledge of fate into the living stone. I always thought it was a poetic way of talking about the theater. But there it is, in your hands. Keep it close, child. The mine has a main entrance and an escape tunnel. The main one is heavily guarded, and the escape is heavily trapped. I saw them bringing bar guests down in cages, probably still being trained. Turn the beasts free, and I bet they cause some chaos for you. The Destiny Stone showed us the tapestry of fate, but your power must have consumed it all. Everything except the wisdom at its core, the Codex of Destiny. The eyes of Tirnoch are two immense Prismere mirrors. Long as the Tuatha have them trained on you, they'll find you anywhere. Gadflow is just some trumped-up fae who started hearing voices, I gather. But a crazy with an army is still a threat, sure enough. The Crystal War, they've been calling it. 10 years ago, the Winter Fae turned violent and attacked us in force, calling themselves the Tuatha Deum. They say it's their sacred duty to cleanse the mortals from their lands. Naturally, the humans and Alpha who live here aren't so happy with that plan. It's been going back and forth for years. Where there's war, there's soldiers nervous about their fate, and that's where I come in. Strange crystal, Prismere. It's normally a shade of blue, but when you treat it and charge it with magic, it turns blood red. We'll be attacking their camp from both sides. We can't have any of them escaping to report back. He once offered me an honorary knighthood after I slayed the Dream Eater of Amora. He was quite gracious when I turned him down. You know the Summer Court and Issa? Well, the Winter Court are their darker siblings. They're not evil, but they're definitely not nice. Good luck. I'll see you inside.
Let us feed the cycle.
God thinks you're...
Not until you smash those mirrors. It'll keep them from tracking you all over Dalentarth. Good luck.
The undying mortal has grown tired of running, has she? Decided to fight back? Can you tell me the difference between a creature of nature and a child of dust like yourself? We children of nature know our roles. Meek and mighty, prey and predators, life and death, all serve the cycle. You children of dust do not know your place. You come into our land. You come to face your hunters. And you don't know when to die. You shall learn. In time, all mortals will know the might of Gadflow. Blessed herald of the merciful Tyrnarch. All mortals end, even if some are more persistent than others.
At least the Tuatha won't be able to track you so easily now. But it looks like you've got the personal attention of their king, Gadflow. If you were anyone else, I'd suggest you start running and not stop for a few years. But you might just have a chance. You're doing well, so far. You've blinded them here, and they haven't killed you yet. And much as I hate to say it, you'll need to take Aelin Shear up on her offer of help. The Codex of Destiny should hold some answers for you. For all I know, you've already met her in the House of Ballads. But it sounds like she's the only lead now. We should be able to get out this way.
As the tree roots into the earth, the tendrils of thoughts twist to the soul. As the fire renews the field, the birthing labours produce the foal. As the mantis climbs to his mate, the heart outstretched to her fair hand. As the hunter kills its prey, beside this hill he crafts from sand.
Ogres. You surprised me. What are you doing down here? I see my Jotun have failed at their orders. But did Padaxes send you? Lysander, perhaps? Tell me. Those fools have no idea what I'm capable of, which is obvious if you're all they sent to stop me. You act as though you're surprised to find me here, as if you weren't sent here to stop me, my pursuit. But you're too late. Even now, my deathless servants rise from centuries of slumber. It is clear I cannot let you live, but answer me this, and I'll grant you a swift death. Which one sent you? Was it Padaxes or Lysander? The Dominus of the Onyx Tower and the Magister of the Rose Court allied, together? Impossible! I can't challenge the power of both my rivals. Not until I have amassed the full army promised in the scroll. This isn't over, mortal. I promise you.
My. Is Starcamp being visited by a goddess? Are they all as beautiful as you? Maybe I should slap on a habit and join the mission down the road. You're in Starcamp, home of the Traveller's Dove. Now, I don't suppose you came here by accident. Ask Dove, asked to join our number. Well, I've seen fist-sized rubies, living people made of vines, and I've even seen a Jotun cry. But this is a first. Why join? The Travellers are renowned rogues, thieves, and all-around good folk. If you live in the shadows, away from the law, we're for you. You want riches? We'll help you take them. You want fame? They'll sing songs of you forever. Want adventure? Look no further. I thought by the look of you that you might. I have a good feeling about you, but some feelings count less around here than they should. I'll send you to the camp's leader, Krilgarin. She'll get you on your way.
Heroine Colt's been
Have a
teaching
rest,
stealth
lass.
skills for years. No better instructor than her. Hi, good day.
You have come. The dust of the road rises to meet you, wanderer. Welcome to Star Camp. Then Grim has appraised you and found you of worth. But there is another you must appease. Our guide, the anonymous Hierophant. Go to the Hierophant shrine in our camp and pray, as all travelers must. We have many freedoms and one chain. A traveler lives by his or her hands and guile. You must do the same. Trader Haydn sells items to supplement these skills if you need. Travelers have clever hands, but they are useless without the Hierophant, whose eyes guide us, a gift upon which we've come to rely. To receive the Hierophant's visions, we are commanded to pray at their shrines, and there are many who readily comply. I am Krilgarin. I am unfamiliar with the title the Knave of Coins. But as I understand, it grants me responsibility for this camp and its travelers. I know the lands and shadows and winding paths the travelers use. I heed no law or creed of property. For that, I am given leadership. When others feared to even speak to Fae, Grim came and introduced me to the travelers. Ever since, a more stalwart ally I cannot think of. This place has been walked by many, and this copse was hollowed ground once. We maintain it. You are young among our number. I would not color your perceptions of the Hierophant with my own. We are many things, but what the travelers are to most are thieves. We follow our own way. May the road rise to meet you.
Careful out there. Yeah? What's a wanderer like you want, cutting tongues with me? Ain't no merchant, Burke. She may not understand everything about us, but she watches over everyone in camp. Star Camp is lucky to have her. Life under the stars, warm nights. A man could do worse. And we're close to civilization, if we need be. We're the ones that survive everything. Stragglers and beggars. Be it war, unrest, or famine. It pays to live on your feet. Pleasant travels, Burke.
Willing to bet some coin? Willing to bet some coin? You've got a gambler's gleam in your eye. Care to dice for some coin?
Well, now I like to keep things simple. Only 2 dice here. We could play high roll. Whoever rolls highest wins. Of course, there's also range roll. You pick some numbers to roll within. Higher risk, but bigger reward. You mean these dice? Oh, silly Rose. I grabbed the wrong pair by mistake. The balance on these is a little off. An honest mistake. Glad you noticed. These dice are much fairer. Aye, then let's toss the dice and see what comes. Care to play again? Let me know. Why not rest a moment and toss some bones with old Rose? Never know when luck will kiss your dice. Never met a fae quite like her. She doesn't have a head for gold or knows any value, but she can steal the fangs off a bar guest. In high roll, we each roll 2 dice. The one with the highest sum is the one who wins. In ranged roll, you pick a range of numbers that you think the sum of your dice will fall within. Not much to disrupt the tranquility of the woods out here, though I hear a graven hand is looking for able bodies. There aren't many who know how the travelers started. Wouldn't be surprised if that knowledge was completely lost. Very well. What kind of game do you want to play? Very well. What do you think the dice will show? Very well. Let's see what the dice show. Care to play again? Let me know. Care to toss some dice?
Another Burke off the road, eh? What? Ain't no worries in Star Camp. Living free in the world with no master, save the Hierophant. But we make do. Trilgaren's toothsome, eh? For a fae, I mean. Maybe I've been in the woods a bit too long. Place dedicated to the worship of Mitharu. The missionaries keep a peaceful life, but they've a few tensions boiling over there. These woods can be hard on us mortals, with the fae trickery and like. I think we've managed a well bit for ourselves, however. The travellers are the way life should be for a bloke in these lands. Don't need a war to care about, or a bed to cry in. Go already.
Another comes to Sun Camp.
The shadows. Greetings. For your coin, I can help you improve your stealth and hide your presence. I learned all my skills from Trilgaren. The Fae are usually not forthcoming with their knowledge, but she seeks to help all.
The art of teaching stealth is no easy task. More than any other learning, it requires patience, for if you fail to learn, the effects can be disastrous.
The woods are quiet here. We're far enough away from prying eyes, at least. Once the stuff of legends and ballads, when walls and nations crumble, they'll still be singing of us. Where the shadows dwell.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items or sell them? Krilgaren is a good leader for Star Camp. Most here are new to the travelers, and she guides them from danger. It's a quiet camp. If you're looking to gamble, Rose Baden enjoys playing dice. The travelers aren't highwaymen, regardless of what you may have heard. We're a family, a people. We stick with each other. The lodge is a bit of an odd place, run by a pair of brothers deep in the Shee. By all accounts, they just want to help those passing through the Shee. Odd. Always looking to make a bit of coin?
Pleasant travels.
I have spent my years in Dalentarth learning to imitate the ways of the Fae. If you need to improve your ways of stealth, I can help. Wear the shadows well.
What prays before me? An eddy in the river of fate, a cacophony in the song of Amalur. Your presence is unnerving, but you have come and prayed and honored our creeds. You wish to make yourself a traveler? Then ask me for my portents. The price to admit you is great. It will take 3 treasures to balance the burden. First, there is a noble Elfwig Grilrakas staying in Dyden Hill. Steal his medallion. Then, in the nearby mission, claim the pall of the dead St. Edric's. The last are Drog's toothpicks. We have contacted their owner, Gunnar Frode, to buy the items, but you will steal them instead. It is the rather valuable bauble of an old noble family. Rather mundane, but worth much coin to us. The daggers used by the fabled Jotun Warmaster Draug, though they were not his weapons, as the name suggests. It is the burial shroud of St. Edric. There are many collectors of relics who hunger for these artifacts, and pay dearly for them. Yes, some final warnings. Elfwig Grilrakas is a fastidious man. He will not suffer an approach he can see. The pall of Edric lies in his tomb, which is under many eyes. Wait until none are near before you claim it. And last, Gunnar Frode is shifty. He will not have the daggers on him or near him. Be warned.
its part. It hated its difference from the norm, and wished to shed its current form. In grief it went to the maid Windermere. She motioned to Nyx and beckoned him near. It is your wish to be human, I see, she whispered to the troubled troll.
Been tracking you for some time. Enodon keeps you strong, but I am stronger. Delph and Ugnar will perish. 2 lives for 1. It is the blood right, and I will be free of it at last. Give me Delph's dagger, and you may find mercy in Enodon. True, but I know him, and he will not rest until one of us is satisfied the blood right. 2 must die, so 1 will live. I intend to be the one to live. Gold has its uses. If Red Idward believes me dead, then I am truly free. Take the dagger. I pray it brings you better fortune than it brought me. Good luck with Red.
Well, well. You truly fit Hallam's description. It's nice to finally gaze upon the new Sagril. I am Sir Airmer. This is my companion, Sir Creth. Ah. Welcome to Sunder Caverns. If you've come in search of the Maid of Windermere, I must disappoint you. She's nowhere to be found. You too? Well, I managed to find one, but there are plenty more. The maid had them. She was here one moment, but gone the next, as is her way. She did leave behind her old ally, Nyx the Troll, to give us a bit of trouble and slow our pursuit. Creth and I have fought Nyx more times than I dare count. You could say he's an old friend. If you're interested in joining our little hunting party, feel free.
Don't bother me. I'm not your brother. Not yet. Fight well, and perhaps I'll look upon you with fresh eyes. Oh, I could kill him if I wished to. But that is not how the song is sung. Have you any other stupid questions? It is no felt trick to find yourself one of the chosen few. It is not a jest or a game or a trifle. It is a responsibility to be undertaken with dread caution. No dustling has ever fallen in with the ranks of the court. So far, our banner has fallen. Airmer and I have sworn allegiance to one another first and foremost. When his sword draws blood, mine is soon to follow. It has been so for seasons. My true name is Trek, and I am the first and only one to have acted in the role of Sir Kreth. He was the sternest of heroes. He had no taste for pageantry and decorum. Goodbye.
Look who's here. Keep your wits about you.
Too slow.
It's quiet. Too quiet. about you? Stay close, Agro. Stay close, Agro. About you. Out of my way. That wasn't so terrible now, was it? Still, I'm baffled as to why Nyx was outside Sunder Caverns. It was surely not to play his part in the coming ballad. There's more going on here than Creth and I are party to, and I want to know what. We'll speak again back at the House of Ballads. And Sagro, thank you. These are times of change, and we all must be on our guard. Oh, you wish to know about the storyteller? Ha! Not even I know the ballads of Hallam the White. His telling is the most secret of all, and he's worked hard to keep it so. Well, that being said, I have complete trust in his judgment, even about you. I am Sir Airmer at your service. My oath-bond brother and knight-hand Creth and I, with the knights who returned the flaming sword of Rydark. I believe that there is no higher calling than the House of Ballads. We are all that stands between glory and complete anonymity. He is my shadow, always there when I need him, and his courage never falters. We are one. When ballads call for Sir Aylmer, Sir Creth will be close behind. It was the fabled blade used to beat back the Balgan during an incursion many seasons ago. Creth and I still argue over which of us the blade truly belonged to. Goodbye.
Eyes forward, weapon at...
Glad to see you made it out of there alive. We felt the earth shake and when you hadn't returned. But no matter. Our town is forever in your debt. Please, take this. It's not much, after all you've done, but we would like you to have it. The boggarts will always trouble Dyden Hill. As long as we can keep a supply of Plague Shield, we'll survive this malady. Disgusting little fey vermin. We're all glad to be rid of them. More ruins beneath the caverns, you say? I wonder who was there before the boggarts moved in. Well, we've weathered this storm. Pray Mitharu we weather the next. I hope that's the last I see of those brutes in Dyden Hill. Or anywhere, for that matter. The town gets healthier by the day, now that those little beasts are back in their den. Mitharu keep you.
The waters of Loch Dyden. A lovely sight.
Hello?
Inga won't bite. Just touch... Tell her what you want mended. Good then. If you know which end to hold, I've got a sword or two you might put to use. Oh, it's Inga who's handy at the forge. She likes iron more than people. Iron. And me. By making the craft hall, Cora settled a land dispute, a trade argument, and made herself queen of the market. The day I met Inga, she smote me in the heart. With that hammer there. It's true. Left a bruise you wouldn't believe. Good then.
If you ask me, there's one clear cause of this plague, and it's sitting right across the lake. I mean that Fate Weaver.
Can I help you?
Come to town for the craft hall?
Aye?
What's that? Stupid bloody peasants. Alfred Gwilricas will not suffer to get this sickness afflicting this town. Now be gone. Take your poisoned air and get out of my sight. It's bad enough that I'll be quarantined here.
Hi.
This is the Three Lamps. Plague's put my own grey in the healer's care, but we're open nonetheless. We've had our plague shield, and well, so far so good. But what to do when the plague shield runs out? He's sick, off at the healer's, poor duck. And while he is, I can make this inn presentable. And ain't it about time? Oh, he looked so fine the day he marched off a fresh soldier. I fear boggarts and blood plague have done what war could not. Great. We've an open room, if you've gold to pay. Do you then? Good doing business. All right, all right.
waters of Loch Dyden. Such a lovely sight. Half the village sick with this damn plague.
Until Brother Fallon arrives with more plague shield, well, on your way with you.
War-sworn work? Good. The gold's run low and my mother's not doing so well. To the Warden's Bridge it is. Aye, the one smack in the heart of Loch Rain. Go north of here, then east, then south along the road. It's seen its share of hardship, so I can serve in the militia and do what I can. All able bodies must serve in turn. Since war-sworn know how to fight, we're usually the first called. It's an honour to be taken as hireling, and they do look after their own. Since Mother fell ill, I've had more work and pay than ever before. I'm more grateful than I can say. A plague troubles Dyden Hill. It's but a hindrance for the young and healthy. For her, for the older ones. Some get through it. Others don't. Farewell, Mother. I won't be long.
Othel, is that you? Bring your dear mother a drop of water.
Oh.
There are bandits out there, despite the plague.
My brother Thaddeus. He's sicker than he knows. I fear for him if he doesn't take a rest from guard duty. We suffer our share of hardships, true, but we're quiet folk all in all. Quiet folk. I'm a miller. None of these crafts and such for me. When I'm not at the millstone, I'm here by the lake, fishing. Take after my old Uncle Ensenegg that way. The fishing's good here, but the fish, well, they're as wild as the she is all. He stood there day and night. He'll die of plague is the short and long of it. Don't quite know how to talk sense into the fool. Our sister could if she wasn't laid in bed with the plague herself. She was fine until 2 days passed. Then, all of a sudden, she could hardly stand. Astrid's tending to her now. When she took sick is right when Thaddeus got that foolish notion stuck in his head. He's an odd one. Lives in Ettenmere, of all places. Aye,